All right. Now we move on to my top three of this year's E3 2019. I'm gonna start off with my number three was Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk. I Nobody knew this was coming. There was no leaks. There was no information about
Breathtaking.
it. You're breathtaking. Um, it was a complete surprise, and it was really cool. Cyberpunk is a really awesome game. Like it's a very ambitious game from CD Projekt Red. They the Witcher series was huge and very expansive. Um, and them taking a more sci-fi approach, and as somebody who's more into sci-fi than fantasy, this is looks really good, and I'm really into the setting. I'm really into how the game looks, and the fact that they added Keanu Reeves. The I feel like Keanu Reeves is the man of 2019, with the recent success that he's been having, just makes the game all a lot better. I found out recently that he's going to be your sidekick throughout the entire game. So,
Well, not necessarily. He can be if you choose to.
and I will make that happen. God damn it! I must have John Wick on my side. Yeah, good. Thanks for the clarification. Um, yeah, I'm super excited for the game. I'm super excited for Keanu Reeves. Like this game is shaping to be. It almost reminds me of Deus Ex in many ways. Um, it's interesting seeing how this game is developing. I cannot wait to see this release next year. So I'm totally in with this. My next big thing out of E3. Um, another surprise to me. I had my theories and I've heard these rumors, but um, I didn't think it was going to be a real thing. But I shouldn't be that surprised because of Microsoft and Nintendo being very friendly to one another and helping each other out as of late. Banjo Kazooie in Smash. Um, Total surprise. Did not expect that coming. I know there are rumors about it. There's a list. There's a leak of like supposed characters getting into the game. Um, that was awesome. Like they Banjo Kazooie looked awesome in like newly 3D modeled. They got some of his move sets from the Banjo game. I think I saw a video on Twitter where they were comparing the move sets of what he did in N64 versus the move sets in Smash, and it's really cool. It's really
Mm-hmm.
awesome. They definitely. The one thing I love about Smash and with their characters and Nintendo is that they take the time and effort to learn everything about the character and the move sets for every move that character does, to be a reference of something. They did it with
Yeah.
they did it with Mega Man. They did it with with Ryu, with Ken,
Cloud.
Cloud, and then
Even
Banjo.
even the hero, the Dragon Quest hero.
Yes, absolutely. And
Well,
that's
you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that, Anthony, is that I don't play the Dragon Quest games, and I don't really like the Banjo Kazooie games. So that fucking nostalgia, like punch in the gut, never hit me.
interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
don't get me wrong. I'm happy that everyone's happy those characters in. I know that people wanted Banjo Kazooie in there forever, and it makes perfect sense to put fucking Dragon Quest in there because Dragon Quest is such a fucking long running franchise.
mhm.
Um, I just don't have a connection to either game. So I was like both things to me were just like, okay.
Right, right. And then we've discussed this prior in the podcast. It's like this opens up the door to a lot of other things between Microsoft and Nintendo. Could this lead into a new Rare game? Could this lead into possibly the Rare collection coming to the Switch?
Yeah.
Lots of possibilities, and I think that that open relationship between Nintendo and Microsoft is you've seen the benefit, the fruits of the labor,
Yeah. Hmm.
especially with Banjo coming to Smash. Um, and it kind of leads me to also wonder that the supposed leak that this character was on also included Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden and Doom Guy, and if that's real, holy shit, I'm gonna lose my shit when Doom Guy comes. But
Like,
we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
I
I do feel like that Master Chief is more of a likability now than anything else.
That's true. It's very true.
I would say like Master Chief as a assist trophy to go along with Banjo.
I doubt that. I
I
think
seriously doubt that, but
I think all the assist trophies for Banjo Kazooie are going to be based on the Banjo Kazooie games.
Yeah.
And
But they're like what? Like the only other character you can put that's like really famous from Banjo-Kazooie series is Gruntilda, and like that's it.
Well, she's already in the game. She's in that stage.
Yeah, she's in the stage, but doesn't mean that she can't be a assist trophy.
Oh
I feel
yeah.
like.
I mean, they could.
Well, like, even then though, like if she's around the stage, then Master Chief assist trophy.
I was siding great on thinking
I
that's
hope.
possible.
Long shot.
The reason
shot.
it's a fucking super long shot because it's not common for Nintendo to add a character and then put in assist trophies from games that have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say that's likely is that at some point they might add in new, and it might come with the fucking Banjo-Kazooie pack. I don't know, because when Joker was released, that whole thing, they added in like costumes for Tails and Knuckles.
Yeah.
On the character.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And for my last, my number one thing, and this is majority's nostalgia. I have to admit, this is me looking through the rose-colored glasses on this one. But during the Square Enix press conference, they kind of teased at the very end of the press conference, like, and this is what all the fans have been waiting for, because for pretty much, I would say a good majority of people watching, they were all just waiting to see what the Avengers game would look like and kind of wondering how it would play and whatnot. They then fooled us and then showed us a trailer for a remastered version, an HD upgrade, if you will, for Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes.
Final Fantasy VIII was my first Final Fantasy and my favorite Final Fantasy. And seeing that, because I never thought it would happen for the longest time, just because of the information out there that apparently they lost the code and Square Enix was not very good at keeping the source code of their games. And the fact that it was funny too, because I was literally talking to somebody on Twitter about that. It's like, why are they not having FF8 remake? And like, oh, they lost the source code.
Yeah, and like there's weird licensing issues too with it, with like certain songs.
Yes,
like
that's a big thing too. But the minute they opened up with that song, that intro song of FF8, like I lost my shit. I was like, oh shit! Like they finally did it. Those motherfuckers finally did it. So yeah, like that's my most favorite thing that happened at E3. I'm really excited to see it in action. I've seen a couple of screenshots, just comparison shots between what it looks like in the remastered version versus the FF8 original version, like night and day. Like it from the bottom up, it looks fantastic. You can actually see faces now. In the original FF8, like it was just very pixelated as fuck. So like things are a lot smoother, and you can tell like the expressions and whatnot. So I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. I think that this, like, there's definitely a lot of games on my list. I think FF8 was definitely up there as my top favorite thing out of E3. I would also give a special shout out to Doom, because I fucking love Doom Eternal, and I cannot wait to play that game.
that game looks so sick.
But like aside from that, like outside of Doom and other games, like FF8 really took it from me this year. So that's my top 3 of E3 for this year. And yeah.
We spent the last 3 days, guys, talking about everything E3. So if in our top 3 there was something we covered, in the overview we didn't cover something, don't worry about it. We talked about it, I promise you.
And yes, we talked to it to death, essentially.
Yeah.